I've trained calisthenics for 10 years. I've solely focused on strength. But what's on the other side? What can we learn from endurance? This is my journey to running a 70-kilometer ultramarathon in Japan. Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 26 of Road to Shimanami. The run went great with only slight pain in the feet, but no more than the run, I should update you guys on my weight, because I woke up this morning and I was surprised to see that I only weighed 73.8 kilos. I have dipped under 74 kilos, and if you remember, at the end of the bulk, I was weighing 75.7 kilos, so I've lost almost 2 kilos, and of course it's normal that you're gonna lose some other weight, but 2 kilos in less than a month, if this pace keeps going, then in exactly 37 months I will reach 0 kilos of body weight. I will vanish from existence, and I'm trying to live a bit longer than 3 years, so I'm gonna really try to maintain my weight. And although it's difficult, I think it's something I have to do because, well, I'm running a lot, I need a lot of energy, and basically when you're losing weight, that's a sign that you're eating less energy than that you're spending, basically, right? So you're spending more energy than you're consuming. And that's a recipe for injury when you're trying to get stronger, I believe. So, I have to really hold myself accountable to the Master Roshi way of training, Master Roshi from Dragon Ball, which is to, train hard or work hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty. That's the Master Roshi way. And well, I'm training hard, I'm doing the running, I'm sleeping as much as I can, and I'm studying, I guess. It's not the correct order, but you get what I'm saying. The only thing that I'm failing to do at the moment is to eat enough, but that's really something that's going to be important, so I guess I have to up the food intake. Anyway, when it comes to today's workout, there are going to be 2 parts. First of all, it's going to be a short leg day focused on the glutes, because guess what? When you're running, I noticed already that you need some strong glutes in order not to get injured, but also in order to have some powerful strides. So that's what I'm aiming for with today's leg workout. And although it's going to be short, I am going to do some intense sets. I already did clamshells, 3 sets of 35 with a green band. Trust me, my glutes are burning already. And now I'm just gonna do 1 set of Bulgarian squats and 1 set of hip extensions. And these are gonna target my hamstrings, my glutes, like I said, also a bit of my quadriceps. When you lose too much weight, it's not only gonna be water weight, it's not only gonna be body fat, it's also gonna be muscle. And I'm okay with losing some muscle, but I do want to stay the thick boy, I want some gyat. Is gyat, is it a Dutch word? Because you use it in like Dutch slang. I don't know if you use it in English, so do you understand when I say gyat? I am referring to the cheeks, of course, not the one on my face, but the one downstairs. So I want to, really keep those targeted. I want to try and maintain those as much as possible. Eyes are up here, ladies. But yeah, that's gonna be the first part of today's training, and well, afterwards we can move on to some push-ups. Alright, Bulgarian squats, 40 kilos or 88 pounds is on the bar. Not that much weight, but what I'm gonna do is basically, I'm gonna aim for 12 reps. If I can do 12 reps, I'm gonna up the weight next time, and I'm gonna do a 3-second negative. So although I'm going to my max, it's gonna be a very controlled set, and that's basically gonna allow me to go hard, but preserve energy for the running at the same time. So here I'm gonna lean forward a little bit in the Bulgarian squat. I'm not gonna bend my back, but I'm just gonna bend forward a little bit, and this is gonna put more emphasis on the glutes. So yeah, 40 kilos. Let's go, let's see what happens. Alright, 13 reps. Whew. Now let's match it on the other side. The point of failure is really mainly my glutes, so that's nice. Okie dokie, so for the hip extensions, it's gonna be the same story. Controlled reps until I hit the wall, until I hit failure. So I have 26 kilos here, not too much, but just like the Bulgarian squats, I'm just gonna do the reps slowly. So I'm gonna control them, probably something like 2 seconds down, and then up, and then hold it 2 seconds, and go back down, right? And do that for repetitions. But basically the same for this exercise as well. The weight is actually quite light because I've done heavier things before, but I'm just gonna see if I can get 12 reps like this, slow and controlled, because I've never done that before. And then if I hit 12 reps, then, well, next time I can just up the weight. So yeah, let's go. I don't expect to make too many gains, of course, strength gains in my legs when because I'm training for endurance, I'm training running, but at the same time, I think it's important to maintain the leg strength, and that's why I think it's a good thing to still strive for strength gains, but not make them your priority. Because, well, like David Goggins says, you're always either growing or getting weaker, getting stronger or getting weaker. And I think if I try to maintain my legs and never aim for any progress, it's gonna be, instead of staying the same, I'm gonna slowly and slowly get weaker. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm just striving to make slight leg gains so that I overshoot it a little bit, but in actuality, I'm actually perhaps just maintaining my strength. But one set, let's go. All right, so now it's time for part 2 of the workout. My glutes are on fire, but now it's time for the chest to burn. I'm gonna do some push-ups, and usually I would do the Japanese push-ups, the decline push-ups, wide and kind of deep to hit my chest entirely, but I feel like they've been aggravating my injury in the side that I got from the deadlift. So I'm gonna skip them today, and I'm gonna do normal push-ups instead, which should be fine. So these push-ups, I'm gonna try to make them hit my chest as much as possible as well. So I will not be leaning forward, and I'll be trying to bring my arms inwards as opposed to forward. So my elbows are going inwards. And basically, I hope that these push-ups will hit my chest because, well, yesterday I destroyed my shoulders on the on the upper body workout already, on the skill workout, and then the hand balancing. My shoulders are quite tired. They don't need any more stimulus. So today, what's it gonna be for the push-ups? Well, I'm gonna do sets of 50, and I'm gonna do them every 2 minutes. So the remainder of the time, probably like 1.5 minutes, is gonna be rest time. And I hope to get 10 sets of this, but now that I think about it, that's kind of ambitious because the best I've done before is 10 sets of 50 every 3 minutes. So that's an entire minute cut off. Although this variation is gonna be slightly easier, so let's just see how it goes. But if I can get beyond 10 sets, I will do so as well. So today the plan is to go beyond the minimum of 500 reps. But yeah, nonetheless, I think it will be a challenge, and I'm actually going to try and focus a little bit on the form as well. So of course, I have this here as a reference to see that I'm going deep enough, but also I want to make sure that I'm extending my arms. So let's go. right, the fact that I'm miscounting and accidentally doing sets of 60 isn't helping, but mentally I'm doing sets of 50, so one set more and then we reach the bare minimum of 500 reps. I was planning to surpass it today, but it might be for next time. That's 34. Has to be 34. $50. 50. Alright, so a nice chest bump has been achieved. 501 push-ups. Whew. I'm not counting the sets of 60 as 10 extra reps because mentally I wasn't doing this. I miscounted. But anyway, that's it for today's training, and well, I'm very happy with how it went. And well, let's get to the chase. Is running killing my gains? I'm losing weight, well, losing fat, but also obviously losing some muscle in the process. And well, does that mean that running is killing my gains? When it comes to hypertrophy and muscle, perhaps it is, but not as much the running, but just the fact that I'm not eating enough is killing my gains, right? I'm losing weight because I'm not eating enough. If I manage to keep eating enough, then probably I would not be losing weight. I would not be losing as much muscle, right? But anyway, that's kind of the process, right? That's kind of what happens when you shift your focus. So I shifted my focus on endurance, right? I shifted it towards endurance, away from strength and gaining size. I've been bulking for a year. I think I bulked enough for a while. So obviously I'm going to make less gains on the strength department. Perhaps I'm even going to lose some strength, but that does not mean that I'm not making gains anymore. In fact, I'm making many more gains right now, just in a different area. I'm making my gains in the area of running, right? I'm getting faster every week. I'm getting more and more used to running 10 kilometers a day, and I'm getting stronger in just a different area. And when you're shifting your focus in your training, it doesn't come without certain sacrifice, right? So for me, I want to put my focus on the running. I'm going to have to sacrifice some of the energy that I spent on the strength, because guess what? You only have so much energy as a human to spend on all of your everyday tasks, right? And the more you recover, the more you eat, the more you sleep, the more energy you have, but still, it's going to be limited. So right now, I doubled the energy that I put towards my running, literally, because I doubled the distance that I'm running. And well, of course, I'm going to have to take something away from strength, but I think I'm still maintaining my strength quite well. And that's something that you have to realize is, well, when you shift your focus, oftentimes people, they want to, throw everything overboard at once, but that's not necessary, right? Because guess what? If I focus on running and if I lose weight in order to do that, I'm going to become quicker. Running is a bodyweight sport as well. If you lose weight, you're going to become faster. But that's like 5% of gains that you can make towards the 95 other percent of training and sleep and recovery that you can still do in order to make gains. And in my case, newbie gains, right? Everyone knows newbie gains. When you're a beginner, you can make gains quickly, and I'm in that situation. So I don't need to lose weight. I don't need to kill my muscle gains, my hypertrophy gains, my strength gains in order to progress at running at the moment. That's like 5%. You often have people, when they want to improve their importance, their performance, right? People want to improve their performance. They look at their diet, right? And even though they're eating like shit, they're eating McDonald's, they're eating fast food, they're eating, whatever the hell, right? Their diet is not optimal, and they'll run to supplements because, hey, supplements, they will, make me feel better, right? But supplements is like the 5% of gains that you're able to make, and the trash diet that you can fix is 95%, right? And it's the same for me. Losing weight is about 5% of the gains that I can perhaps make, but I still have this 95% block of other stuff that I can do in order to become faster. So that's what I'm focused on at the moment, and I'm just gonna try and maintain as much size and strength as possible while doing it, because becoming the fastest runner in the world, becoming an Olympian is not my goal. My goal is just to become the most energetic and strong version of myself. And if I sacrifice everything that I made in strength gains, right, I'm not going to be able to achieve that goal. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's workout. I guess if there's one takeaway from this is that, well, at some point, if you're doing so much cardio, you're going to have more trouble keeping on your weight than you are losing weight. So if you want to lose weight, just do a lot of cardio. I guess that's the takeaway. But that's going to be it for today's training. I'm going to head downstairs and have some breakfast because, god damn it, I'm complaining that I haven't that I'm losing weight, but I haven't eaten a single calorie today, and I've already spent like 1,200. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'll see you tomorrow for a balancing day. Yes.